welcome to Cooking with Ronnie Romance. Today we have a special show for you. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a big seafood lover. So today we have a nice seafood dish that we're going to start from inside and bring it out on the grill to finish it. But first, we're going to get started. We're going to spark up our grill, and then we're going to take you inside to get things rolling with today's dish. Scallops and salmon on skewers with Mexico sauce, an awesome dish that I love. I've prepared it many times, and I hope you'll like this recipe that you can share with your family. But let's get started with the grill. And first, we're going to get our grill started. So today's way we're going to get our grill started. I don't really use a chimney starter, but for today's sake, we're going to use a chimney starter. For those who don't know how to use one or always wanted to purchase one, we'll get started with that. And here's how we're going to do that. First, we're going to use some newspaper. And if you have a chimney starter, a fire starter that you can get at your local retail store, they come in a pack of maybe 12. You can start with that and put that at the bottom of your chimney starter. Ball up some newspaper, put it at the bottom of your chimney. And this actually needs no lighter fluid. Take our charcoal, put it in our chimney starter. And this dish doesn't require a lot of charcoal, so use as much as you need. Or if you want to cook a lot for a big family, use as much as you need or as little as you need. We're going to light our chimney starter from the bottom. And you're just lighting the paper, so when the paper catches fire, you're pretty much ready as it catches the chimney, as it catches the fire starter.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, it's a pretty good gadget. This is actually my second time using it.
Oh, okay, so we got the live exclusive today.
Yes. So what we want to do is get our fire lit from all sides.
Okay.
And as the fire burns, it'll burn our charcoal. And it'll also ignite the little lighter briquette that we use. And this will take no time. Again, it needs no lighter fluid.
That's high powered. I've never seen this before.
And the charcoals will burn from the bottom, so when you turn it over on your grill, the hot coals will be on top.
Now, where can they get something like this at?
Your local retail store, Walmart. Your local retail store, Walmart, Target. You can order online. Kingsford makes a good one. And they range from $7 to as high as $14. I think I paid $14. It's the top of the line one.
Really?
And
that's real affordable, yeah.
And yes, and it's very convenient for those who have trouble lighting their grill.
Okay.
I normally wouldn't use this. I would just put the charcoal on the grill, but for today's sake, I wanted to show my viewers how easy a chimney is used.
Right.
For those who have trouble lighting their grill.
Okay.
Now, while we let our charcoals burn, we're going to take it inside and get started with our dish.
Okay.
Let's go inside. And we're back. Thank you for joining us. We're back and we're inside from outside. We just started our charcoal briquettes, ready to throw them on the grill, but we came inside to prepare today's dish. Today's dish again is scallops and salmon with romesco sauce. We're going to season this up, marinate it, throw them on some skewers, and they'll be ready for the grill. So let's start. We'll start with 3 nice sized pieces of salmon cut down into 1-inch pieces. And my favorite salmon always to use is Atlantic salmon, but you can whatever your preference is, sockeye salmon or whatever your preference is. But I choose Atlantic salmon. It's reasonable, inexpensive, and it's a very good cut for me. It's a very good cut of seafood for me, and this is why I like it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Atlantic salmon.
Yeah, this is one of another good reason why I picked this dish. My videographer, who's also a good friend of mine, is a very, very big salmon eater, and I chose this just to represent him for today's dish, because you always see him behind. Oh, you never see him because he's always behind the camera, and this is my representation to him, because after I finish making this, he's going to help me eat this. Because he's a big salmon lover, and this episode is dedicated to him. And we have our salmon. Our scallops. Now, our scallops don't need to be cut. If you go to your seafood purveyor, you want the best scallops that money can buy, and you normally can get them like $17, $18 a pound, maybe 8 to 10 pieces in the pound. But you get what you pay for. So don't try to shortchange yourself into buying small scallops, because they accentuate the dish because of their size and their taste. They also take on excellent grill marks. So please, don't shortchange yourself with this dish. It's a seafood dish. If you're a seafood lover, you know what I mean. So we're going to add our scallops to our salmon. And then we're going to go with our ingredients. A 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, or salt to taste, as well as a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, or season it to taste. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and leave some for brushing the grill as well. And the juice of 1 lime, and this will help with marination as well.
Hope y'all seeing this out there. I hope y'all taking notes.
Yes, this is a really good dish. If you love seafood, you can't go wrong with this dish. It's versatile. You can use it for dinner, for lunch, and it's an amazing dish. I make it often. For those who hire me to cook seafood dishes for them, I highly recommend it. So you want to hold your hand under your lime as you squeeze it, as to keep the seeds from going in. And we are going to toss this. Actually, we're going to toss this up with our hands. You can use a wooden spoon, a plastic spoon, whatever you feel like. But we're going to toss this up with our hands. I'm a big fan of using gloves, or if you don't want to have any gloves, feel free to toss it up barehanded, and just wash your hands after each toss. Smells good already. And while that's marinating, we're actually going to add half a teaspoon of fresh shredded garlic, minced garlic. I'm sorry. Toss that up, and you actually cut up more garlic, because it's going to go when we finish it with our romesco sauce. We'll actually need more garlic for our romesco sauce. So please feel free to cut extra garlic up if you need it. Well, that will go in the food processor, but you'll see what I mean as we finish filming. And we're going to let this marinate up in here. And we're going to throw this in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes. Let all the lime juices and the pepper and the garlic and the salt incorporate. Now, while seafood is marinating, we're going to go outside and check on our charcoal briquettes. And we'll be right back. And we are back outside. Our grill is rolling. Our charcoal briquettes are rolling. And as you can see, they're at the consistency and burn as we want them. And we're just going to throw them on the grill and be ready. And with this chimney starter, all you gotta do is release the handle, and voila!
Oh wow, wow.
Bottom falls out.
Yeah, I gotta get one of these.
Briquettes are burning to our liking.
Oh yeah, I definitely gotta get one of those.
We're gonna spread our briquettes evenly so we can get an even burn on our seafood. Put our grill grates back on.
Now I noticed you put the charcoal on one side of the grill. Is there a reason for that?
Yes, absolutely. It's a good question. I'm glad you asked because our seafood, we don't want our seafood to cook too fast. So we're going to cook our seafood on indirect heat. We're not going to put our seafood over the charcoal briquettes, but on the indirect side where there are no charcoals. So that's how we're going to cook this because we don't want the seafood to cook too fast. So we're going to cook it indirectly, almost like smoking it, but not smoking it. We're going to cook it on indirect heat. We're going to get our grill up to about 300, 350 degrees. And we're going to cook it on the opposite side of the charcoals.
Okay.
And while seafood is marinating, we're going to put the lid down on our grill, get it up to 350. We have our gauge on the front of our grill, so when we're ready to go, our gauge will tell us when our fire is ready. So we're going to take it back inside, check on our marination, our seafood, and see if it's ready to go. So much going forward as far as the greatest in gourmet cooking, and whatever your palate has a taste for, best believe you'll see it on our show. And welcome back to Cooking with Ronnie Romance. At this point, we're ready to skewer up our vegetables and our proteins, which is our seafood, our salmon, and our scallops, to get them prepped and ready for the grill. And we will cut down an onion, a white onion. A red onion. We'll need a red pepper. Taking out any excess membrane that you have in there. Tastes awful with this dish. And we want to cut this down into nice, comfortable chunks. Maybe a ½ inch to satisfy our skewer.
Now you said earlier, take out the membrane out of the pepper.
The pepper, absolutely.
Is that something you do every time you cut a pepper open?
Every time you should take out the membrane. Yes, okay. It doesn't taste well with any dish. Okay. Any dish as well. You want to also remove whatever pepper seeds you can as well.
Okay.
And again, these peppers will cook fast as well as the vegetables. So that's why we also want to keep it on the indirect side of the grill so it doesn't burn.
Okay.
Now, I'm sorry. We also have a poblano pepper, which is also flavorful. Not too spicy, but adds that nice kick that you need for this dish.
Now all of these you can get from your local supermarket?
Local supermarket. Everything that I'm preparing today can come from your local grocery store. Now, we are going to start with our skewer. You can use a wooden skewer, 12-inch skewer, 10-inch skewer, 8-inch skewer, but I wouldn't go as low as an 8-inch skewer. It depends on how much protein you have and how many vegetables you're adding to your skewer. So we're going to go with our standard metal skewer that can go on the grill. You can soak these or put them in the freezer for burning aspects of it. And we have a wooden handle, so we'll stick the wooden handle outside of the grill while these cook. So first we want to go with our poblano at the bottom. Nice piece of salmon and after the poblano. Red pepper. Scallop. Oh, these scallops is delicious. And we're going to take 2 pieces of red onion to go in the middle. And to top it off with a white onion for taste. Set that off to the side. Do it all over again. Now at the end of this, we might end up adding more to our skewer as we have more protein than we have skewers.
Okay.
Poblano. And you don't have to do this in a specific order. No, do it to your heart's content. Salmon. Red pepper. Scallop. Red onion. Double dose. And white Spanish onion. Or you can choose whatever white onion you like. I prefer white onions because Spanish onions because they have a lot of flavor. And do this in whatever order you get until you finish with your skewers. And feel free to add any type of vegetable that you like to this. You don't have to limit yourself to peppers and onions. You can add a small roll of corn cob on here. You can go with a half done potato that'll finish on the grill. Yeah, do it to your heart's content. There is no specific order that this should be done in. And this recipe calls for a roasted red pepper, so we're going to roast our pepper out on the grill since it's at the temperature that we already need. We're just going to save ourselves some time from doing it indoors, roast it outdoors, and get that smoky grill flavor incorporated into our roasted red pepper. Turning it every so often as you don't blister it too much or burn it. We just want it slightly blistered on the outside where it's just roasted to perfection. The flavor from just the marination is taking my breath away. So just imagine when you finish this dish, or how succulent it will be. We have a roasted pepper on the grill working right now to finish our dish, and we are just ready to roll. Now we're going to throw these on the grill. We'll be right back to finish our romesco sauce. Stay tuned. And we are back outside with our roasted pepper. We have some good blistered marks on the pepper. Very, very good. This is what we want for our romesco sauce. This is a perfect roasted pepper for our romesco sauce. And now that our grill is up to temperature, we're going to add our skewers. And we will be ready to roll. Always indirect heat on the indirect side. You can hear it sizzle on the indirect side. As you know, we don't want to cook this on direct heat. You can hear it sizzle. And this is what we want. We don't want to cook it fast. We want to cook it slow and low. That's why we're using indirect heat. Watch the sizzle. Hear that? Always keep your grill oil. Always. There's nothing like prying a fine piece of seafood off the grill when you don't have it well oiled. You have to scrape it with a spatula, then your dish is ruined, and that's what we don't want. So always keep your grill oiled every time you can, whether you're storing it away for the winter or even after today's use, I will scrape my grill of all the debris, give it a nice coating of olive oil, and put my cover back on it just in case it's inclement weather, rainy weather, and my grill is ready to go for the next time I use it.
Gotcha.
We're going to get a little bit more blistered marks on our roasted pepper. We're going to take it back inside and we're going to finish our romesco sauce. But right now, we're going to let our protein, our skewers go, and we'll be right back. Thank you for watching Cooking with Ronnie Roman. And we're back. We're back outside with the grill. We have skewers rolling. As you can see, we've removed our roasted peppers and we've added cherry tomatoes. They have to be roasted as well for our romesco sauce. Roasted tomatoes are rolling. They go in our romesco sauce. And this is what we do. This is Ronnie Romance. We have skewers and we have scallops and we have salmon. So triple S, skewers, salmon, and scallops. And we'll be right back. Our skewers are working on the grill. We have the triple S today, salmon, scallop, skewers. So they're working on the grill with some nice succulent vegetables. We roasted some tomatoes earlier. We brought them in. We had some roasted peppers from earlier, and that's what's included in our romesco sauce. It has some almonds, some garlic, some sherry vinegar, olive oil, and salt and pepper to taste. Now, let's get that rolling. If you'll come with me, we have to put this in the food processors. We'll start with our almonds. Now, the almonds should be, if you buy whole almonds, you want to coarsely chop them down. You can either use the food processor or cut them down by hand. I prefer to cut them down by hand to make them the consistency that I want. But they'll also get chopped up in the food processor as well. So we'll add about a teaspoon and a half of almonds, roasted, no seasoning, 2 cloves of garlic, and my romesco sauce is very tasty. We have a 3/4 cup red roasted pepper that you seen us on the grill with earlier, and a 1/2 cup of cherry tomatoes. And they're still hot too as well. We're going to blend this up, like I said, to a not too loose consistency, but something that our scallops will and our protein will adhere to when you take each bite. And we're going to post this because we want it, like I said, at a different consistency, and we'll add our sherry in as we post.
What's that right there you adding in?
I'm sorry?
What's that right there you adding in?
This is the sherry vinegar. A tablespoon of sherry vinegar. And we'll just toast these down. And then we'll add our olive oil. A tablespoon and a half. And this is about the consistency that we want. Okay. Not too loose, almost like a cocktail sauce.
Okay.
Almost like a cocktail sauce. Not too thick, not too loose. And we are ready to plate this up. We want to add, you know what, we can add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. Not too much, maybe a 1/2 tablespoon of each. Kosher salt, ground fresh black pepper.
Okay.
Toss it one last time. And what we'll do is we can actually pour this out a little bit at a time. Swipe it against our plate. And we can add our skewers. We're gonna, you gotta be here to smell us. I wish I could feed everybody that's viewing right now. We're just gonna plate our salmon, our skewers up, and we are going to finish this off by drizzling it all the way across with romesco sauce. Wow, doesn't that look delicious? We're going to leave the last one empty just for photographic purposes. So, I want you to please feel free to contact us. Cooking with Ronnie Romance, Instagram, Facebook, Candlelight Catering. Please, if you need to reach me, you know how to. Please, that's my handle. And we're signing out. And always remember, the best thing you can say to anyone is, did you eat today? Thank you. God bless.